ガオーガオー食べちゃおう。こんにちは、こんばんは、おはようございます。Hello everybody, hello River, hello Star Scene, and hello Streambot. Hello everybody, I am so sorry for the technical difficulties. There's a little bit of a mix up. Because I last streamed on Pomp, I forgot to set it back to YouTube, the Steam code, the stream code, and the server. I forgot to set it back to YouTube, and also the game decided it needed an update right this second, so I had to update it frantically and also set the server back to normal. So I'm sorry. Well, I have streamed on Pomp at least 4 times. I think at least 4 times, I would say. But I don't stream there too often. I think YouTube is primarily my platform. But I will on occasion stream on Pomp, primarily if it's like an ecchi scene or if something is like a little too spicy for YouTube. Hello, Ryan. Hello, Ryan. I'm a little bear. Today we are playing TOUCHSTARVED. I know what you're thinking, but Kumakko-chan, didn't we play TOUCHSTARVED before? Yes, but this is a updated demo. Oh, I started the stream on Pomp by accident? Uh-oh. Whoops! Right now, am I on Pomp? Hello, Pomp people. If you are there, hello. That was a mistake. That was a total mistake. It should be viewable on YouTube, not Pomp. It should be on YouTube now. Although if I somehow figured out how to simultaneously stream on Pomp, that would sure be interesting. That would be interesting. I want to learn how to stream on Twitch. Irina, she told me that you can, there's a way to do it so that you can like simultaneously stream on YouTube and also to Twitch. If I am on Pomp, hello. That was an accident, but hi. She said there's a way that I can stream on both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. I have no idea how to do it. Supposedly it's extremely easy. I don't know about that. Twitch is intimidating to me. It's intimidating to me. YouTube is fairly simple to me, and Twitch does not let you keep like the VODs indefinitely. That's my main problem with Twitch. They don't let you keep the VODs like forever the way YouTube does. And I download pretty much all my VODs onto my hard drive, but I like it to be live and up for people to view whenever they want. But on Twitch, you only get it for like a week or something, unless they changed it. I don't know. But Twitch does have better discoverability. That is very true. That is very true. I got so much done today, chat. I made a dentist appointment because I have a toothache. I did chores. I did exercise on the treadmill. I ate my veggies. I had lettuce in a sandwich, so that counts. I read a book, part of it. I made the thumbnail and I made the schedule. So I did everything I wanted to do today. Yeah, I did good. I did good today. The only thing I didn't do that I really want to do is I want to go to the mall. I want to go to Hot Topic. They got some new Angel stuff. I want to check it out. Thank you for the pachi. Thank you. I totally got off tangent, but as I was saying, we are playing the new demo of TOUCHSTARVED. It has some new stuff in it. It has, like, new bad endings. So I learned you have to play a certain way in order to get a red choice. And if you get a red choice, that means you're on the bad ending. And that's really interesting to me. And there's a couple endings where you die, apparently. And they also changed one of the backstories, which I don't know if that's really necessary, but they did. They changed one of the protagonist's backstories. And they also changed the name of the tavern group. They changed it from the Adderstones to the Bloodhounds, or maybe the other way around, I forget. But either way, it's did you really need to do that? I don't know. I did hear, unfortunately, that TOUCHSTARVED did get delayed. It was supposed to come out at the end of this year, Q4 of 2025, but it's probably not going to come out until, I would say, maybe Q1 2026, I'm guessing. I think the frustrating thing is that updates are only available behind a paywall. You had to have backed the Kickstarter, and unless you backed the Kickstarter, you do not get access to this information. I never backed the Kickstarter, but somebody posted it on Reddit. Shout out to them. So that's how I know that it got delayed. Hello, child. Hello. Thank you for coming. Been a little while. Just wanted to stop by, and I happened to be in the neighborhood. Thank you for stopping by. Hello, hello. Maybe Adderstones is a real group of people or something? I don't know. Who is Chris? There's nobody named Chris in the game. Oh, I did hear Leander. Leander gets an extra yandere scene, I think. So that's exciting. And they also have another love interest they're adding. So to me it sounds a lot like scope creep. I'm pleased to say that I do not have scope creep. My game is right on time. Things are going pretty good for the most part. Except for a little kerfluffle with the BGM. But aside from that, we have maybe 7 CG left and 2 backgrounds, and then the final build, debugging, beta testing, and then sent off to Just USA for distribution! Exciting, exciting! And if you want to help with that, wink, wink, if you want to help with that, you can always donate on my Ko-Fi or commission me if you want. You don't have to. I think you don't have to, but I think it's also on my Twitter. It's my pinned on the Twitter, I believe. I forget. That's really confusing. It is confusing. I don't understand why they had to change the name from the Adderstones to the Bloodhounds, or vice versa. That's a little disappointing to me. But I am excited to play and see what new changes have been made. Funny-san! 来てくれてありがとう。まあ久しぶりかな、ふみさん。元気かな、元気かな。僕はすっごく元気だよ。まあワンちゃんはちょっと病気になっちゃったかも。これは残念そうなんだけど、僕ね、運動した。そしてお料理した。そしてまあいろいろなことできたよ。とにかくね、ももちゃんは元気なんだけど、まあちょっと病気になっちゃったかもね。お腹がくるくるしちゃった。ちょっと心配している。まあね、大したことじゃないと思うんだけどね。Momo-chan is a little bit sick. I don't know why she's acting very unusual. She's been throwing up. She did twice today and then yesterday. It's unusual. And she's been chewing on grass, which usually she does when her tummy hurts. But the weirdest thing is I tried to get her inside and she growled at me. She growled at me. My baby girl, she growled at me. I don't understand why she growled at me. She never growls at me. And she snapped at me. I don't understand. Why would she do that? 早く 仲良くなりますように。ありがとう。ももちゃんはそんなに悪くないと思うんだけど。I don't think it's anything super serious. I think she has an upset tummy. And then I don't know why she growled at me. I was trying to get her inside because it was hot out. She was on the balcony and I was trying to get her inside. And she like snapped at me. She growled at me, so I took a pillow to kind of nudge her a little bit. And then she snapped at the pillow. I typically I don't pick her up because she does not like to be picked up. I was trying to grab her by the harness at the back of her, kind of like the back of her neck, at kind of like her little shoulders. I was trying to get her by the harness so she would come in from the balcony because it's really hot today. It's like 90 plus degrees. And she growled and snapped. But when she came in, she let me rub her tummy. She like presented me her tummy saying, you can rub it, you can rub the belly. So I feel like she must not be in too much pain if she wants me to rub her belly. I don't know. And she gets Purina dog food and she gets white meat. Human grade chicken, no bones, no fat, no skin. Like chicken breast? Yeah. But you know, she did have a little bit of the meat I cooked yesterday. That was like a raw, close to raw beef. So maybe that hurt her tummy. Maybe. Showing the tummy can be a sign of submission. No, Mama really likes her tummy being rubbed. She really likes it. She is so funny. If you don't rub her belly, she will kick you. She will go, she will go, and then she will kick you with her little legs. She's so cute. Oh God, don't say that, don't say that, don't say that. No, 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 no. It was not raw. It was not raw, but it was pretty rare. But I had some, and everybody in the family had some, and we were all good. It didn't cause me any tummy issues or anybody else. So I think it's fine. And plus, she has medicine. She takes medicine. She gets medicine for like ticks and fleas and heartworm, whatever. It was, I say raw, but it wasn't really raw. It was like rare. It was rare. It was rare. It was not raw, it was rare. I had some and everybody else had some, and it was a little bit too rare, so I put it back in the pan to cook some more. But some of it was still undercooked, so I gave that to Momo. But like, she really liked it. It was really good meat too. It was tri-tip. Yum. I cook it in the cast iron skillet, and then I finish it off in the oven. And I think it turned out really good. I think. Anyway, let me get a quick drink of water. And we might skip over some stuff I've already seen in this demo, but we'll see how much has changed or not. I am looking forward to like the yandere scenes. Whoa. If there are any, I'm looking forward to the yandere scenes. Unfortunately, TOUCHSTARVED is all ages! Why? It's all ages, which makes me very sad. I think there need to be more otome games that are R18, which is exactly why I decided to make one and pack it full of as many age scenes as it would hold. Slaps the otome game. You can hold so many age scenes in this bad boy. Okie dokie. Hold on a second. It's so itchy. I don't like it. It's because it's so hot. Blech. I need a pair of shorts. That's what I need. I need like pajama shorts. All of my pajamas are either nightgowns or pants and a shirt. I need shorts. It's too hot. I want some nice PJs, really cute ones, and me and Momo can match. Anyway, enough blathering from me. We're gonna get started on TOUCHSTARVED. So, real quick rundown before we get started. I'll start in Japanese. TOUCHSTARVED はね、この、小さなスタジオの乙女芸、主人公は男 男の子とか女の子とか、どっちでもいいとか選んでできるよ。そしてこの主人公ね、この主人公の手はね、他の人はそうやってできないよ。触らなくていけないよ。It is really bad if the protagonist touches anybody. だってさ、この主人公の手はね、呪いかけたよ。そういうのストーリーと思うんだけど、ダークファンタジーのストーリーと思うんだけど、Hello Octopus Mano and Hello Ijitsu! How much of the game is really different then? I do not know. I'm not gonna skip through all of it. Don't worry, we'll play a good amount. But like if it's obviously the same scene I've seen before, then I'm gonna look for it. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit if I've seen the exact same scene before. It's been a while since I caught a stream. Thank you for coming. I'm glad you were able to make it. So I was giving you a little bit of a rundown. I lost track of myself, but we are playing TOUCHSTARVED. It is about a protagonist you can play as male, female, or other. And they have cursed hands. And they cannot touch anybody. Just like Rogue or Rouge from X-Men. They cannot touch anybody because it will cause people to go crazy. 狂ってしまいそうな呪いかけた手。And they're kind of in like a dark fantasy world, which is set in a desert. And it's about meeting various love interests, mostly men, one non-binary. So yeah, that's the game. And it recently got delayed a little bit, but it was very, very successful on Kickstarter. Pretty sure it raised like $1 million. Literally, like $1 million on Kickstarter. It raised a lot of money on Kickstarter. I wouldn't really call it an indie game because it's got like a bunch of professionals behind it. So can you really call it an indie game? I don't know. But I know it got a huge goal that got met. It has a bunch of stretch goals. It got like a fully animated opening movie. It got like merchandise, physical merch. It got like DLC, love interest, which will be added. It got like a whole ton of stuff. I'm a little bummed I didn't get to back the Kickstarter. But oh well, I haven't backed a Kickstarter since... Gosh, I haven't backed a Kickstarter since the Grisaya Sekai Project one. I backed it, and then I unbacked it when I found out there were no age scenes. It was for the PC English version of Grisaya. I wanted the physical copy, but then I unbacked it when I found out there were no age scenes. Because what the heck? And now it turns out there's like a Grisaya Switch port. There's a Switch port for Grisaya, which is in English. So I can just play that, and I didn't have to back a super expensive Kickstarter. So yeah. Alright. No age in Grisaya. Yeah, for the original Kickstarter. I think it was the Sekai Project one. There was no age scenes. They removed the age scenes, which really, really annoyed me because it's like, hello? You were gonna... Are you bringing the game intact or not, you know? It was advertised as like 1-1 to the Japanese version, and then they removed the age scenes, and I no longer backed it. I voted with my money. I no longer backed it. I did back the English physical copy of Aokana. I did back that, and let me tell you, it was disappointing. This was before Steam allowed age scenes. I think it was, yes. I got the physical copy of Aokana, which I backed, and it does have age scenes, but it was disappointing. Let me tell you why. The box is huge, okay? I backed the version that came with the soundtrack, the art book, and a physical copy of the game, but the game was not even... I gotta do angry eyebrows. Where's the angry eyebrows? The game was not even in a jewel case. You know what they did? They had the hardcover art book. They had the soundtrack. And then they had the game at the bottom of the box. And it was in a disc sleeve. It was in a disc sleeve. It was not even in a jewel case. It was in a disc sleeve at the bottom of the box for it to get scratched up, indented, and damaged. So that really, really annoyed me. So since I have that, I have moved the disc and the disc sleeve to the top of the box to avoid it getting further damage. I have never even installed it on my PC because I have a digital copy of it now. But I'm a hard copy purist, so I have a physical hard copy of Aokana for the PC in English. And of course, now they have the Switch in English, the Switch version in English. None of the fan discs have made it to a physical copy in English. The fan discs are available digitally in English, but not physically, which is a bummer. And then of course you got like the 5th year anniversary, and then most recently, I'm trying to look at my shelf. Hold on a minute. Okay. Yeah. Most recently is the 10th anniversary edition. So you got like Aokana, you got Aokana Extra, you got Aokana Extra 2, you got the Switch port, you got the PS Vita port, the PS4 port, and then you got Aokana High Definition, which has no H scenes, and then you have Aokana Perfect Edition, which does have H scenes. Then you got the 5th anniversary, and then you have the 10th anniversary, which has new H scenes. They really milk the franchise. I am just mad that Zwei never came out because I love Zwei. I love Zwei. That was really good. And they canceled it. I'm mad. They need to have extra Aokana Extra 3 and Aokana Extra 4, and only then can I rest. But yeah, there's like a bajillion versions of Aokana, and I should know because I've tracked all of them down. I may not own all of them, but I've tracked all of them down. I have a pretty good collection of Aokana. The box was too big for me to open. You say that, but it was a really, really big box. A really big box. It's like bigger than any other of my eroge boxes. Hello, Memento! Hi! We're just free chatting a little bit, and then we're gonna start playing the new demo for TOUCHSTARVED. Let me get a quick drink of water real fast, and then we should probably play the game, huh? I will track them down to the ends of the earth! Yeah, I know, exactly. No, why did they cancel it? I think they kind of like, they had budget or funding issues. Like, they kind of went under, but not really. They were kind of revived. Like, surprisingly, they kind of revived a little bit, which allowed them to do Aokana Extra 2. And they also have this other game called Everlasting Flowers, but that is all ages. I think it's for the PS4 and for the Switch. I want the PS4 version. That way I can play it on my PS5. Do I have a community Discord? I do, but I gotta know you a little bit first. There have been some not so... how should I put this? Some not so... how do I put this? People with not the best intentions have snuck into the server, so I'm trying to be careful who makes it into the server, but I can send you an invitation after the stream. If you really want it, I can send you the server. I can send you the link to the server after the stream. Actually, it's for the PS4, but I want to play it on the PS5. Aunties, I don't know if I'd say aunties, but I'm just like some people who maybe don't reflect the values that I want the community to have. Yeah. Put it behind a Patreon. I don't know how to work a Patreon. One thing I do want to do though, I want to do memberships and I want to do super chats. That'd be super cool. I'm not monetized on YouTube. I have the requisite amount of followers or subscribers, but I do not have the requisite amount of watch hours. I still need half of the amount of watch hours. You need 3,000 watch hours, and I only have 1,500. So I need more watch hours. But I think it'd be really cool if I could do like membership streams and akasupas and do like a super chat reading stream. I want to do all that. Especially because I'm coming up on my 4th year VTubing anniversary. I wanna hit a big milestone like memberships and super chats and stuff like that. I think that'd be really cool. Yeah. Is it surprising? I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of niche. You only need 1,000 subscribers, but you need 3,000 watch hours at the very least. And then if you want full YouTube monetization, you need 4,000, which I have not reached. Go for the future. Yeah, go for the future. Go for the future. I need something to go viral. Hopefully, something will. Alright, so why don't the requirements seem arbitrary to me, I don't know. Where's a cheerleader remote? Does this guy count? Is this a cheerleader? I love all these little emotes. Is this cheerleader? Goal? Okay, I found a medal. Okay, enough of that. I'm gonna say any one of those count. Oh, I like this heart. I like this little heart guy. The little heart guy is cute. Alright, enough playing around. Gotta get your game retweeted by the Hatman guys. I don't know if that's such a good idea. What if they decide what if they decide like this is obscene content and this makes our series looks bad, blah, 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 blah. We're suing you or something. But the reason why this game is free is because there can be no suing if there's no profit. So there, it counts as a parody. It counts as a parody, so I cannot be sued. It's free use. It's fine, not a copyright violation. But I do fantasize about like Vivian Medrano, or like Joel Perez, or like Blake Roman, or Michael Kovac. I fantasize about one of them noticing and playing it. That'd be really cool. No, that's not what I mean by free use. No, down. This is a wholesome family chat. Down. Bad, down. I don't think I can top Blitz for obscenity, honestly. I don't know, there's 20 H scenes and they're explicit. I mean, a lot of H scenes. I don't know what you're gonna say. Well, there's H scenes and has-been. Yes, there are sex scenes and has-been, but they don't have like full-on genitalia. Alright. Do I have like a no horning emote? I guess not. I don't have like a bonk go to horny jail emote. Where's the baseball? Is there a baseball bat emote? Nope. Whatever. I'm just gonna put this little guy dabbing. Oh, I like this, the judgmental face. I like the judgmental face. Rah. Alright, enough babbling. Why don't we play the actual game now? TOUCHSTARVED, that is. Don't hit me with the baseball bat! Then don't go to hoarding jail. Okie dokie. Da 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 da. Go in the corner. Get smaller. No, I'm too small. How about this? This? Is that good? That's good. Okay, let's go. TOUCHSTARVED. Let's go. Whoops, that was not it. What the heck? Oh, come on. Why is it biting me? Hold on a second. Do not bite me on this. Hold on. It doesn't want to load for some reason. Come on. Stop fighting me. Stop fighting me and load TOUCHSTARVED. Really? Alright, hold on. I gotta fix this. Hold on. Please stop fighting me. Okay, finally. Awesome. Whoa. Hold on. If I don't touch it, will the opening theme play? I wonder. Like, I have to admit, the aesthetic is very cool. Whoa, look at that. That's cool. Striker is like a assassin imp in Hell of a Boss. He's cool. He's cool. Will it play the opening movie? No? Maybe it will not play the opening movie no matter how long I wait. Okay, I'll give it a couple more minutes. And I want to see if it plays the opening movie. I want to see if it does. If you don't touch it, you'll be TOUCHSTARVED! I love it! I love a stupid pun! I love a stupid pun! Alright, fine. I'm too impatient to wait that long. Da-da-da-da-da. Set music volume to 0. No! Intended for older audience, mature content, not limited to horror, graphic violence, strong language, alcohol, and drug references. Wait, you have to warn for language? I guess so. Okay. The decisions you make may result in unique dialogue, interactions, or even choices in red text, which contain exclusive content. Try playing through the demo more than once and choosing different options. You might even uncover a secret ending. Personally, in my game, I'm gonna get rid of rewinding text because I don't like that option. That was a warning for me, whatever. I can't read. Choose your pronouns. They, them, she, her, he, him, she, her. Let me save. Stop. Also, I will say the UI is a little bit... Oh, it's fine. I've played it with music before, it's fine. I will say... The UI is kind of bare bones. You know, they can make it spiffy, you know? And more attuned with, like, the aesthetic of the game. But this is a cool text box. But the rest of the UI should also have, like, that cool aesthetic to it. Okay, let me get a real quick drink of water. I'm sorry I'm talking. I'm yapping too much. I'm sorry. This world began to unravel long before you were born. It all started with fogfall. Spectral mist bled from the seams where reality wore so thin it split. And from that fog emerged monsters, inhuman beings with unnatural powers. Some possessed language and intellect, others were mindless beasts, driven by little more than bloodshed. As unrest spread and cities fell, humans cowered in fear, while monsters thrived among the chaos. And then there's you. You don't know what you are, but one terrible truth is certain. You were born cursed, with hands that alter the minds of those you touch. Choose your backstory. So, I believe The exile is the new one. It used to be the unnamed, the alchemist, and then it used to be like a thief. I turn the volume down, it's a little loud for me. So this used to be like a thief, but they changed it to like somebody else. So we have the unnamed, a fallen oracle. You were raised as an oracle in a remote temple. The priests claim your touch bestowed enlightenment, but the visiting mage revealed your curse for what it is. Spurred on by the mage's word, you fled in search of the cenobium. You regularly experience unnatural premonitions that rattle your body and soul. An innate sixth sense gives you a heightened awareness of hidden supernatural presences. The exile, a solitary survivor. You were exiled to a life far from civilization. Your only kinship was with an elderly hermit who taught you how to survive in the wild. He lost his life in search of a cure for you, but left you with the final lead to pursue the cenobium. You're a seasoned survivalist, well-versed in deciphering soulless behaviors. You've gained fluency in various languages and an uncanny intuition for detecting danger. The alchemist. This is what I picked last time. An abandoned mage. An exiled cenobium mage took you in as a child, raising you as her apprentice. She seemed to take pity on your curse, but you discovered that she was cultivating you as a test subject. You fled to the cenobium seeking a cure. You're an experienced spellcaster with an encyclopedic knowledge of alchemy, spellcraft, and history. With a little observation, you can identify the subtle effects of magic. This one doesn't really interest me, and I did this last time, so I'm gonna go with the unnamed. I think. I don't think there's a guide or anything, but anyway. You only give 1 XP. I love that meme. That's like, do you guys know this meme? It goes, "No, I'm just a little goblin. I do not know why I dart this dungeon. No, I only have 3 hit points." Do you know that meme? It's really funny. Alright. Your name is Kumakko. You selected she, her pronouns. Your backstory is the unnamed. Is this correct? Yeah. I will say, one of my pet peeves for this game is the backgrounds. The backgrounds do not match the rest of the art. They just don't. You know, they gotta have like brand coherency to whip out a fancy term, you know? Like this menu, you could do better than this menu, aesthetically. It's just the backgrounds don't seem to match the character sprites, I'm sorry. The wasteland stretches as far as the eye can see. There's nothing out here but death, the ever-present stench of decay, and countless sun-bleached bones cast like seeds across the barren land. I do like the writing, but I do have one pet peeve, which I will get to later. I could say death doesn't scare me, but honestly, I'm desperate. It's been 2 weeks since I joined a caravan bound across the wastes. Finding a group that would accept me was a trial in itself. I can hide my hands and deflect probing questions, but sooner or later, people always suspect something strange about me. I do like the writing on the whole. As rations grew sparse and canteens ran dry, tensions rose, despair began to set in until I saw it. Eredia, the city of knowledge, one of the last bastions of humanity left in the world and home to the famous academy called the Cenobium. Let me get a quick drink of water real quick. All the world's knowledge gathered in one place. If there's anywhere I'll find a cure for my curse, it's there. Agrabah. This is not Aladdin. But I do like the desert theme is like pretty new, you know, it's pretty unique. I can think of like 2 other games that have a desert theme, like Icarino Velusia and like I think it's called Garnet Treasure or something like that. Garnet Cradle and Icarino Velusia are the only 2 other eroge or visual novels I can think of that has a desert theme. And maybe like What's the other one? Jaco no Raira. Jaco no Raira also has like an Arabian theme. Kara kara? I've never played kara kara. Need some sitar music? Chat, do you think I should turn off the music and then just blast J-pop? That would get me taken down on copyright so hard, like any of the J-pop I played. Like if I just pull up my favorite playlist, I would get bonked so hard for copyright. But it is funny to imagine just like Tommy February 6th or like Avenue just blasting while I'm playing this serious game. Anyway, I do like the strings. All that stands between me and a new life is a final stretch of salt-soaked wastes. Or so I think until I see the first tendrils of fog snaking beneath the wagon. Is this fogful? My stomach sinks at the very whisper of it. A silent storm more devastating than fire. Dangerous in cities, but a death sentence beyond them. I gotta say that there are no voices. I think it's gonna be partially voiced, but this is no voices. A thick blanket of fog engulfs us, snuffing out the lantern's light. The wagon lurches to a stop. An eerie silence falls heavy? I don't know. I feel like they could. That's kind of weird grammatically, but anyway, an eerie silence heavy as the mist falls over us. The only warning we get is a strangled scream. Stay back! No! The cry dissolves into wet gurgling. Whoa! And then the wagon violently pitches to the side. I hit the ground hard, the air punched from my lungs. When I opened my eyes, adrenaline lent sudden, awful clarity to the carnage around me. A trader I once shared bread with lay face down in the mud, their back reduced to long strips of torn muscle, gleaming gristle, and exposed bone. Bodies litter the wasteland. Have I ever read or watched The Mist from Stephen King? I've seen the movie and I've read the book, but there's the short story. It's been a very long time. I'm a huge Stephen King fan, but I like his stuff prior to the 2000s. I like his old stuff. I like stuff like Cujo, Misery, The Shining, Salem's Lot. Those are my favorites. Dr. Sleep was okay. I try to rise, but my ankle explodes with pain so blinding, white blooms across my vision. Only when my eyes finally adjust do I see the dark shape before me. Wah! A soulless stoops over the twisted form of a caravaner. I freeze, but it swivels its head. A dozen bulging eyes twitch in my direction and blink as one. You know what was also good? Pet Sematary was also really good. Rip your ankle. R.I.P. The soulless lets out an ear-splitting shriek and charges me. Charges at me? I mean, I don't know. Just a couple nitpicks. No. Kingdom Hearts is heartless. Kingdom Hearts is heartless. But right before it reaches me, the beast barrels past, vanishing into the mist. A horse screams in the distance. I need to move now. Whoa! Okay, chat. We got our first question. I'm gonna make a poll and you guys answer it while I go water some flowers. Which one? Run for the city or head for the wagon? I think it's smarter to head for the wagon because the city is too far. But we'll see. We'll be right back. Thank you for voting, chat. Okay, it looks like we want to head for the city. I don't know if that'll work, but we'll give it a shot. Run for the city. I take off, running deeper into the haze. The fog is so thick that I fear I'm headed in the wrong direction until I see a dim pinprick of a light emanating from the shadow of a spire. It's faint, but it's enough. I came too far to die here. Rapid footsteps echo all around me. I turn in circles, frantically searching the opaque mist for the source, but the fog falls twists and stretches south. Suddenly, the caravan's driver bursts forth from the fog, arriving me too late. He knocks me to the ground and slips in a patch of mud. The Solus instantly falls on him. It catches the driver by his throat and rakes his stomach with razor-sharp claws. He comes apart like wet paper, spilling intestines and viscera in a steaming tide. Fighting the urge to heave, I claw frantically through the slippery muck for a handhold. Shit. My hand catches on the jagged edge of a rib. Ooh. Jutting up from the water. Bandages unfurl around a gouge torn deep into my palm. But the pain's quickly forgotten when a hand closes around my wrist. Uh-oh. Can you stand? Uh-oh. One of the travelers from the caravan leans over me. So, you look here. We got like a gray hand with gold. And like blue light. We need to run. They reach for my hand, and I realize too late that my bandages have come undone. No, don't touch me! The sensation of their thumb brushing the back of my hand sends a shiver down my spine. All it takes is one touch, and in the space of a breath, my curse takes hold. Uh-oh. They're not good. They're not okay. Their lips peel back into a deranged grin. No, I've seen this face countless times before. This is my curse, madness of my own making. Their grip on my hand tightens until pain radiates from my knuckles. Let me go. Suddenly, clammy hands crush my throat, choking off my breath. Welp, that didn't go too good. Die! Spit bubbles at the corners of their mouth and flecks at my face, so you gave them like rabies. The edges of my vision darken as my lungs shriek for air. Ooh, another one. Okay, chat. Another one. We'll do another one. Let's see. Scream or fight? I mean, neither of them is gonna help, right? You guys figure that out while I get a drink of water. Fight? Everybody wants me to fight? Everybody wants me to fight. Okay, I'll let it go for a couple more seconds. Three votes for fight. Nobody wants to scream. Okay, if that's what you want. Alright, we'll fight. We'll fight. Okay, and pull. Fight. My nails gouge deep into the traveler's wrist, but no matter how much blood I draw, they don't flinch. The more I struggle, the tighter the grip grows. My pulse hammers in my ears, swelling with each thudding beat. This can't be happening. I'm going to die, and not because of the fogfall or the soulless, but because of my curse. Tears sting my eyes. No, not here, not like this. But then their hands drop from my neck, leaving me wheezing for air. My lungs burn with each ragged cough. Ooh, there's choir. My vision clears and the traveler's face takes shape, hovering inches from mine. Lips still split in that macabre smile, even as blood seeps between their teeth. They give me one last shuddering breath, then slump over the claws hooked through their stomach. I really like it how the background disappears like that. I want to do something similar in my game, except mine is inspired by Flyable Heart. The soulless shoves the body aside. Its glowing eyes narrow as they're grinning. There's a flash of claws. Red spills across my vision. I thought there'd be pain, but as I sink into the murky water, all I can feel is the grit of silt filling my mouth and the icy embrace of shallow water. I spot an arm resting among an outcrop of reeds, mine neatly severed at the elbow. It should have taken both arms. Without them, maybe I could have survived. Maybe I could have had a home. Why is it just the arms? Like how far? Like the shoulder? The wrist? The elbow? Like what counts? Instead, I'll die cold and alone in a desolate wasteland. Well, thanks for coming, chat. A fitting end for a monstrosity like me. This is death. It's not as bad as I feared. The cold is gone, as is the choking stench of bog water. I could drift forever, cocooned in oblivion until all thought and sensation vanished. No curse, nobody howling at me in madness and terror, nothing at all. The thought had a terrible appeal to it. But I take a reflexive breath and air pours into my lungs and then out again in a ragged gasp. No. Feeling comes flooding back. Warm cloth on my bare skin, a firm surface underneath me, a strange tang of sulfur in the air. Do you want me to do like a voice for this? Chat? Do you want me to do a voice for this guy?
Do not be afraid.
Whoa! I twist my head towards the voice. Tears flood my bleary eyes at the bright glow of lamplight.
Try not to move.
The voice is calm, steady, and commanding. But more importantly, it's a stranger's voice. Can I do an angel voice? I do a very bad job of angel. One thought cuts through my mental fog. I have no idea who this is, and I'm completely at their mercy. Stay away from me! My words come out in little more than a creaky whisper. I clamp my mouth shut, hating how weak and helpless I sound.
No.
No? Who the hell is this? Should we sit up? Maybe we should sit up. Let me get a drink of water. Hold on. Well, I kinda want to just sit up, but we'll do a poll. Also, I'm gonna tell you about that pet peeve now. Hold on. Sit up or lie down. Well, you guys decide on that, chat. I'll tell you about my pet peeve. Let me tell you about my pet peeve, okay? So, I get that they want to keep this as neutral as possible, the player characters, so that anybody can project onto them, like male, female, non-binary. They want to make it so anybody can project onto them, which is like super great. You know, I love the queer representation, but if I pick she, her pronouns, I want a female body. The fact that they do not say, that they do not clarify that the body is female or male or neither or both, depending on what you pick, really bugs me. It's like they tried to make it as neutral as possible, but they didn't really customize it beyond pronouns, you know? It's like I want there to be like a reference to a female body, but they never do that. They never show the protagonist aside from the arms, which, like, if you're gonna have a customizable protagonist, then the body should be mentioned as well, you know? It feels really weird for you to never see your own body, even in the CG. Like, how are the kissing scenes gonna work? I guess it's all gonna be like first person a la Mojika, but I don't know. I want there to be like actual description of the protagonist's like body and their appearance, and instead they completely get rid of that, and it makes it really hard to like envision the protagonist. Like, instead of coming across as good representation, it comes across as like a very shallow protagonist because I have no idea what they look like. I have no idea what the body looks like. Like, come on. I'm not a ghost. I want to know what I look like. 50-50? Come on. I need one more vote. Sit up. Okay. Light. Oh, God. 50-50 again. Okay. Sit up. Okay. We're going to sit up. That would double all the production cost. Well, I have to ask, why did this game cost $1 million? Cost $1 million? If you can at least say what the protagonist looks like, you know? I feel like you don't really need physical merch. You don't really need DLC love interests. Okay, you could have like put a little bit more care into what the protagonist looks like. Or at least you could have added a couple sentences to the script.
Ah, stubborn patient.
I don't have the strength to dignify that with a response. Instead, I pull the sheet up higher and wipe my eyes until my vision clears. Also, they don't even have full voice acting. This game is getting partial voice acting for $1 million. For $1 million. Like, couldn't you afford a full voice acting and also tell me what the protagonist looks like? It's not like they're short on budget. But that's just me. I mean, I was able to have totally full 100% voice acting for every single character in my game, and it did not cost $1 million. Hello, Drake. I'm just complaining a little bit. Let's continue. The stranger towers over my prone form. Warm light. Limbs? His pristine medical. What is limbs? Is that a new word I don't know? Let me look it up. What does limbs mean? Okay. So depicts. Suffuse or highlight. Okay, that's a new word. We learned a new word today, chat. Huzzah. This is the new word. Vocabulary of the day. Cough, capitalism. I mean, for $1 million, you could have had full voice acting. You know, they don't even have voice actors cast yet. You know, I mean, I'm sure the animated opening probably cost a lot, but like, you don't need that much money, do you? Like, the background don't look like they cost $1 million. I'm sorry. The art is great, but like, that's a lot of money. What are you gonna do with it? I instinctively shrink back, and that's when I realize that I'm completely naked except for a thin linen sheet, and they never describe the body, and it really annoys me. Naked, lying on a low cot, with a pair of sharp golden eyes watching my every move. The man's gaze flickers to my exposed, unbandaged hands. I plunge my hands under the sheet. Though it's too late, he must have noticed what they look like. I'm gonna close my blinds. The sunlight is really bright. Hold on. Strange, cursed, inhuman. I brace myself for his inevitable disgust, but his courteous smile lingers. He just watches in placid silence as I struggle to make sense of my surroundings. Where am I? Who are you?
Be calm. You are safe here.
Whoever this is, he clearly has no idea who or what I am. I've never been safe anywhere with anyone. Even the shrine of my childhood turned out to be a horrific lie. I scowl, pulling the sheet protectively around myself. Where are my clothes? The man's golden eyes narrow slightly. A sharp sigh rustles the papers in his hands. I see you are not to be dissuaded. Your clothes were torn to shreds when I found you, but I procured replacements. With a soft creak, he rises from his chair, giving me a better view of my surroundings. Actually, I think the devs, had a pie chart breaking down the costs. And I know, 30% was taxes, and, I think CG was a big portion of it. And then merch took a big amount of the pie chart. Do you really need physical merch? I mean, it's great to drum up interest, but if your game is super great, there will be fan merch, Anyway, let me get a drink of water. What a voice! No, you're too kind. Like I said, there's no voice acting, so I'm doing the voice acting. This looks like a medical clinic. Bottles of silvery alchemical FMA reference. Hell yeah. Anyway, bottles of silvery alchemical concoctions line the counter in neat rows. I feel like I don't know, it's just the background, they could have done something with the backgrounds. I hope these are placeholder backgrounds. I'm sorry, I just feel like they should be more detailed. Or something better to blend in with the sprites. I don't know. I have a different background artist for my game, and I have a different sprite artist. The sprite and the CG artist is different from the background artist, but I still feel like they're cohesive visually. Anyway, the air makes my nose twitch, a faint whiff of smoke and something distinctly metallic. Blood. The doctor produces a large, dense bundle of cloth, which he sets at the foot of my cot. He's easily a head taller than most, and I have to crane my neck to look at him. He's hot! Okay, thank you or step out. Which one, chat? We'll do another poll. I like when chat deciding which one to do. Thank you. Leave. Okay, gang. You decide. But also, wink wink, I do have voice acting commissions open. Wink wink. In fact, I just posted two videos of some recent commissions. And I have one more, but I haven't looked at it yet. Leave? Everybody wants me to leave? Okay. Leave! Do any of these choices matter for the bad end? I have no idea. I don't have a guide. I'm playing totally blind. I lift my head, looking defiantly into those golden eyes. You've said it 3 times that he has gold eyes. Meeting his gaze sends a hot frisson down my spine. Ooh. Something about him nags at me, like a half-formed memory I can't place. Could you step out first? I'm not getting dressed with you standing here. To my surprise, the man's mouth quirks. I was not planning on watching. Okay, bye. Still smiling to himself, he disappears through a narrow door. I hear a soft click as the lock turns behind him. When I don't hear any more footsteps, I reach for the bundle of clothes. An itch on my elbow stops me short. I reach down absently to rub at it, and then freeze with my fingers meet a neat line of stitches. Yeah! Where's your arm? I know what I saw. That beast took my arm clean off. And yet, the limb shows no sign of injury apart from the black stitches poking through my skin. I gingerly flex my fingers, feeling my heart race at the sensation. This is impossible. I should be dead, or at the very least, gasping out my last breaths. I squeeze my eyes shut, waiting for the pleasant dream to unravel, to wake up and find myself bleeding out in the swamp. But nothing happens. The seconds tick by and my arm remains resolutely healed, my surroundings pristine and quiet. In numb disbelief, I grab the replacement clothes and begin stiffly pulling them on. They're thicker and warmer than mine were, bundled with a black woolen cloak. But one thing is still missing: my bandages. The doctor didn't leave me with any, although I know he saw my hands. Couldn't just get gloves? Maybe? I slide off the bed and take a few unsteady steps towards one of the drawers. If this is indeed a doctor's clinic, there must be bandages somewhere. I would just get gloves. I start opening drawers at random, and of course, that's when the door swings in.
Are you looking for something?
I whirl around, clutching a thick roll of clean bandages. I try to step back from him, but my legs bump up against the cot.
Your caution is understandable, though if I meant you any harm, you would know.
Putting gloves on a hand that has open wounds and such is really bad, but like before the hand was injured, you could have had gloves on. And that way that person wouldn't have gone crazy because they touched when the bandages unraveled. That doesn't make me feel better in the slightest, but he makes no move towards me, so I quickly wind the bandages around my hands. The glowing scars and mottled skin disappear underneath a layer of clean white cotton.
May I ask why you need additional bandages? I can help if you tell me what ails you.
I doubt it! Traveling to Iridia was a gamble born of desperation rather than hope. Nothing has come close to curing my curse. And yet, my left arm twitches, the arm that was severed before my very eyes. The doctor's unblinking gaze follows my every move. It's clear he won't drop this without some sort of answer. The bandages protect me, and they warn others to stay away. I tried every way of covering my hands, and this works best. Really? Really? Bandages that can unravel is better than gloves, like opera gloves. Really? Or long sleeves? Anyway, most people avoid touching me as soon as they see the bandages.
An illness then, or a less mundane affliction spread by contact.
I flinch. She doesn't even sound surprised, and that's far too close to the truth for comfort. Ooh. Okay, one more question. I don't really care for this guy, honestly. Not my favorite. Glare, 50%. Okay, I'll let you guys pick a tiebreaker. We need a tiebreaker! Come on! Glare or decline? Glare or decline? Thank you, Charles. I don't use my lower range too often. But if you like it, I'm happy to use it more. I'll use it for all the guys. Decline, okay, decline. Decline, decline, decline. Well, it's personal and I don't really want to get into it.
I have treated every affliction under the sun. I may have answers that you do not.
An involuntary snort of laughter escapes me. I'm laughing at his face. Where would I even begin? Would he even believe me if I told him? Low range ASMR stream when? I don't know. When people want it, I guess. When enough people want it. Excuse me. Why am I yawning? Gosh. I shake my head. I need to know more about this doctor before he figures me out. I mean, I figure you guys know this at this point, that this voice is the one that is voice acting. This is nowhere near my natural voice. My natural voice is the lower cadence. Much closer to the lower cadence. Who are you?
You may call me Kudos.
And where exactly am I?
Eridia, which I assume was your caravan's destination. I can think of nowhere else for a group of travelers to go.
Eridia. So I made it to the City of Knowledge after all. I should feel relieved, but all I can manage is a vague sense of increasing unease. How did I end up here? We got 2 votes for low range ASMR. Maybe like a live ASMR would be fun. I don't know, I'll think about it. Anyway.
I brought you to my clinic, of course. You were the only survivor from the caravan, barely clinging to life. You needed immediate treatment.
Come on, TOUCHSTARVED, hire me. What you provided?
Yes.
He says it so simply, as if I'm a small child and he's explaining basic addition to me. I found and flexed the fingers on my recently healed arm. Aside from being a bit stiff, it feels fine, thoroughly attached to me. You're saying that you stitched my arm back on? X for doubt.
Pardon?
A Solus attacked the caravan! It ripped everyone to shreds! It tore my arm clean off! But when I woke up here, I trail off, bewildered. I never heard of any magic that could heal a mortal wound. I mean, I hear like if you have something amputated and you get it quick enough, like it can like be stitched back on, but you lose sensation in it. But Dr. Kudas pinches the bridge of his nose. He sits back down in his chair, quiet for a long time.
I do not know where you came from, but Eridia is the city of knowledge and deadly secrets alike. Information is power, and no one should give or receive it freely. Since you refuse to divulge your secrets, I will not divulge mine. I do not even know your name.
Oh, I was just...
You are new to Eridia, so I will overlook the specific breach of etiquette, but do not expect others to extend the same courtesy. Do you understand?
Oh, he glances at my freshly bandaged hands. Loath though I am to admit it, he has a point. I'm a complete stranger to him, and yet he saved my life. To the power of tech! I meant to scream it and I messed up. Through the power of flex tape! There we go. I said through the flower of pex tape. Anyway, moving on. I take a deep, steadying breath, and this time when I speak, I sound a bit more like myself. Kumakko. My name is Kumakko.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Kumakko.
It's a little purple? It's purple? I guess it is a bit purple. There's a little more warmth in his smile, his polite demeanor back in an instant. Thank you for saving me. Why did you save me? Okay. I'll run a poll. I gotta go water some flowers again. Blame it on the water. Okay. Thank you for saving me. Why did you save me? Go vote. I'll be right back. Alright. I'm gonna play a bit more. Let's see. Which one? Thank you for saving me? Okay. Thank you for saving me. We're gonna be nice. Thank you for saving my life. I chant a smile in return. Even if he won't explain how he did the impossible, there's no doubt in my mind that I'd be dead if not for Kudos. Think
nothing of it.
I'm not sure if he's just being excessively courteous, but his words only raised more urgent questions. I have to ask, why did you save me? You don't know me. The question seems to startle Kudos. Look at that blush.
I could hardly leave you to die in the wastes. Assisting those in need is the very essence of a doctor's duty.
I've never met a doctor who also handed out free clothes. My fingers find the edge of the cloak. There is a subtle but delicately embroidered pattern around the hem. I try not to think about what price Kudos might demand for such well-made clothes.
No, I suppose not.
Forgive
my presumption. I rarely come across such a fascinating patient.
Ooh! I blink. What did he just say?
I simply meant that if you would cling to life so resolutely or brave such a perilous journey to Erythia, I could not help being curious about you, Kumakko.
Wow! His voice dips to a soft murmur and he abruptly looks away from me. Oh. You're pretty curious yourself, or I don't know what to say to that. Maybe we should flirt. Yeah, you're pretty curious yourself.
Am I?
Well, I haven't forgotten about my arm. I wiggle my intact fingers at him.
Clearly not.
But you haven't asked me for any payment either.
I require none from you. Travelers do not have an abundance of coin, and leaving you destitute in a strange place would be unethical.
I fall silent, unsure of what to say. Nobody would help a horror like me for free. There has to be some kind of catch or trick, right? Whoa. A loud knock at the front door stops our conversation cold and spares me from having to say anything else.
Duty calls. Unfortunately, you are not my only patient today.
The knocking grows more insistent, and Kudos lets out a tired sigh.
Please wait.
Though he says it quietly, the clamor on the other side of the door abruptly stops.
Do you need anything before you leave, Kumakko?
Oh. Between the soulless attack and my miraculous survival, I'd almost forgotten why I came to Erythia in the first place. I need direction to the cenobium. He's mad?
The cenobium.
The look on his face is downright chilling. He pauses, choosing his words with cold deliberation when he speaks again.
Whatever you seek, it is very unlikely you will find it there. The cenobium's gates open for precious few visitors, and even if they opened for you, you would not like what you found inside.
My heart sinks. Is he saying I came all this way for nothing? Risked life and limb for nothing? No, that can't be. I've only just arrived. And Erythia is the largest city still standing. There has to be a cure for me here. Then if not the cenobium, where would you suggest?
Do you know anyone else in Erythia?
I shake my head.
Then I suggest a local guide. Head to the Wet Wick and ask for Leander, the leader of the Adderstone.
Aha! So it used to be the Bloodhound and then they changed it to the Adderstone. I don't know why, but they did. Excuse me? The Wet what?
The Wet Wick.
He sounds deeply unamused.
Follow the Adderstone postings. They are difficult to miss. When you meet Leander, tell him I sent you.
That isn't much to go on, but Kudos points towards the back door.
You will be saved so long as you do not draw attention to yourself.
That's easier said than done. I've always been a magnet for the worst sort of attention.
If you require my assistance, you may return whenever you wish.
Although he's smiling, there's a note of finality in his voice. Resigned to my dismissal, I slip out the back door. I find myself standing in a narrow and rather gloomy alley. I pull the new cloak up over my nose, stepping over the contents of an empty chamber pot. Gross! Something weighs heavily inside one of the cloak's pockets, my coin purse. We have money. Every last coin that I scraped together for the journey to Aridia is still inside. The purse doesn't even look like it was opened. There were so few coins to begin with, they probably weren't worth stealing. Oh, I feel bad for the protagonist. I glance back at the clinic's closed door. Kudas didn't take any payment. He didn't even ask for a future favor. But he also said that in Aridia, secrets are power. Does he expect me to give up mine at some point? That's not exactly a comforting thought. Still, no matter why he did it, Kudas gave me a second chance and a lead on where I might find help. I better get going before he changes his mind. I squeeze out of the alley and into the crowded main street. The line outside Kudas is this? No. If you got something that ends with an S, you do not need apostrophe S. You can just have the apostrophe without the S. Come on, man. I know it's a demo, but you gotta fix the grammar. Anyway, the line outside Kudas' clinic stretches down the road. Two thin peddlers queue alongside weathered elders. If any place is in desperate need of a free clinic, it's this one. The cobblestones are treacherously rough under my feet, deep grooves worn between them by regular flooding and decades of hard use. I knew Aridia was a river city, but I didn't expect it to look so eroded. The buildings are tired and dilapidated, all crammed together in narrow streets. And there's something else, a charge in the air, like the shift in pressure before a storm. Subtle, little more than a faint, persistent thrumming, but I can't seem to shake the sensation. A child darts by, clutching something greasy wrapped in paper. The smell of fried food drifts over to me, and my stomach gives a faint gurgle. This morning's catch, fried up hot and fresh. Not too many eyeballs today. Ugh, that sounds disgusting, but I'm starving, so I duck my head under the stall's grubby awning. A large fish leers up at it's fish. It's just fish. A large fish leers up at me, its three bulging eyes still visible through the thick layer of crispy batter. The vendor gives me a gap-toothed grin. What's the cheapest thing you've got? The vendor points at a metal basket of what looks like long strips of savory fried dough. Hey, Mav! Hey! Fresh long lads, 3 copper apiece, don't burn your mouth. Yeah, you didn't miss it, Mav, you made it! Let's see, you don't necessarily need it, but I often do use it as more appropriate. I always thought you only did that when it wasn't a name. If it's a name, or if it's, regardless what the word is, if it's a name or not, you only need the if it ends in an S, you only need the apostrophe, you do not need apostrophe S. Like the word teams, or, Kudas. Anything, as long as it starts with an S, you just need the apostrophe, you do not need apostrophe S. It's just a pet peeve of mine. I take the coins out, counting them gingerly. At this rate, I might not even be able to afford dinner. Reluctantly, I drop the payment on the counter and take my meal. 2 streets later, I pass under a wrought iron archway adorned with dangling garlands of red and pink lilies. I do not see red and pink lilies. The buildings in this quarter are a dizzying riot of color, painted walls and tinted glass everywhere I look. Sheer red and pink curtains flutter in open doorways. Musical voices call out invitingly. Incense mingles with the pungent scent of flowers, barely covering the salt and musk of warm bodies. Okay. This must be Aridia's entertainment district. I'm polishing off my food and dusting the crumbs from my hand when I spot a poster. It features the silhouette of a smiling man wearing a single dagger-like earring and the words "The Adderstone" printed above his head. If Leander is the leader of the Adderstone, then the face printed on the poster is likely his. Is it Adderstone or Adderstones? I don't know. I followed the line of identical posters around a corner and nearly hit my head on a precariously dangling wooden sign. Looking up, faded orange letters read "The Wet Wick." The facade of the building looks like it's seen better days, but I hear faint music and laughter coming from inside. It's not even midday, and yet the wick is packed. A loose collection of Edidians crowd the bar, taking up the tables and gathering in the spaces between. I wonder if these sound effects are like stock sound effects? Did they make it themselves? They speak amongst each other in hushed voices, their faces drawn and grave. I can sense their apprehension even without hearing their words. A cursory glance doesn't turn up anyone with a dagger-shaped earring, and I'm considering searching the bar when a loud voice carries across the room. What should I do for Leander's voice, chat? What should I do? Whoops. I knocked over my water. What should I do, chat? What should I do for the Leander's voice? There's no voice editing. I doubt they did those themselves. Yes, but they raised $1 million. Come on. I mean, I had sound effects, but they're all from a free library, and my game is free. But like vocal sound effects, voice sound effects, like screams and stuff, the voice actors did those. Anyway.
Now, I'm no prior or curator. I'm not much for paperwork or pencil pushing. And honestly, I don't even think those robes come in my size.
I crane my neck, but the crowd is too dense for me to see the speaker.
Gather around, I want to show you all something.
There's no time to move out of the way. The audience surges towards the center of the room in a sudden torrent. I'm caught and swept along with them. Hey, yeah! The clatter of falling chairs and tables being shoved aside drowns out my complaints. I thrash and throw out my elbows as heavy bodies press into mine. My hip knocks into a table. I grip it, holding on tight to steady myself, but the crowd is still. A pair of gilded boots stride across the tabletop.
If you want nothing but guidelines and practical policies and needless bureaucracy, you know where to go.
I drag my eyes upwards. A man towers on the table in front of me, arms spread as he addresses his rapt audience. I want to go for like Leander's route, maybe.
But I'm not gonna wait for word on high.
His impassioned words provoke nods and excited whispers. But nothing is as captivating as his brilliant smile. He beams at the crowd around him, a performer on his makeshift stage.
And unlike those clerics, I don't need the abbess's approval to cast a spell or two.
As he raises his hands above the audience, the dagger-shaped earring dangling from his left ear catches the light in a flash of gold. Seems I've found Leander.
These are our streets, and we make our own luck here.
He snaps, and a flash of pale green light erupts from his hand. With a flick of his wrist, Leander conjures a ribbon of glittering light. A delicate flower stem sprouts from between his pinched fingers, one by one, glowing lily petals unfurl. Leander raises the flowers with a flourish, and the bar bursts into clapping and cheers. Did they redo this CG? It looks like maybe they like cleaned it up a little bit. A magic demonstration was the last thing I expected from a place called the Wet Wick. Leander plucks the shimmering flowers out of the air and turns in a slow circle.
Now who could use some good luck?
Eager onlookers scoot closer to the table, but Leander's cool green eyes slide right over them and lock on me instead.
How about you?
My chest grows tight. Suddenly, I'm in the spotlight. Take the flowers! I reach out and take the flowers from him, all too aware of my trembling fingers. There's no weight to them, only a faint warmth that radiates from the stems. Yeah, the art, the spray art, and the CG is well done. I just wish the background matched it. As soon as the lilies leave Leander's hand, they dim and they fade away in the shower of opalescent light. To my surprise, Leander laughs under his breath.
That's the problem with flowers. They don't last long, but they leave an impression, right?
He grins at me, and I find myself smiling back. Leander steps off the table, dropping among the excited crowd with a clink.
Alright, show's over. Back to work, everyone.
The audience disperses, and Leander heads towards the bar. Now it's my chance. I start after him, only to find myself face to face with one of his followers.
Where the hell do you think you're going?
I need to talk to Leander!
You and half of Lowtown. Leander's busy right now. Had her some business. Come back tonight. I don't know how to do a growl in my voice.
Anyway, after the moment we shared, surely Leander could spare a word. But the follower crosses her. Oh, it's her. The follower crosses her arms unmoved. I glance over her shoulder, hoping to catch a glimpse of Leander. As though sensing my gaze, he looks up, and for a moment our eyes lock. And then Leander turns away to murmur something to the group gathered around him. The follower moves to block my view.
You hear me?
I'm not looking for trouble. This Dr. Kuda said I should find Leander. She's interrupted by a hand resting on her shoulder.
Kuda sent you?
He said you could help me. Leander nods at the woman, and she steps aside wordlessly.
Follow me.
He leads me to the crowded bar. There's so little room that his broad shoulder presses against mine. I tense, but he doesn't seem to mind at all.
Sorry about that. The Adderston watch out for one another, but they can be overprotective at times.
Lesson learned. Leander flashes me a broad grin.
You're new to Edidia, aren't you?
He says it with a genuine air of curiosity. He's hot. Do I stick out that much?
No, but I'm certain I remember seeing a face as lovely as yours around Lowtown.
My eyes drop to the polished countertop. I'm not used to flattery, and being this close makes eye contact difficult. As if on cue, the bartender approaches us. What'll it be?
Surprise me and add anything my friend wants to my tab.
I'll have what he's having. While the bartender leaves to fix our drinks, Leander leans his elbows on the counter. His sleeves right up, revealing a long raised scar. I find myself following its winding path across his forearm. Leander's eyes wander over me in return. When they lock on my bandaged hands, a bitter taste rises in my throat. Here come the questions.
Is there any chance Kuda sent you here for cheap drinks or barely edible appetizers?
No. He pushes his hair back from his forehead, sighing when it immediately falls back into place.
That's the doctor for you, always business. I'm not sure he even knows how to relax.
The bartender returns with a pair of glasses. I raise mine and give it an experimental sniff. It smells faintly yeasty, like beer, but with an undercurrent I can't quite place. A quick sip confirms my worst suspicions. It's awful! Briny and sour with a distinct hint of pickle flavoring. Beside me, Leander takes a deep swig from his glass.
So, how can I help you?
I need to get to the synovium. Oh. No! Is he real? Please tell me he is. I regret to inform you he is fictional. As soon as the word cenobium leaves... Oh my god, haven't you learned not to say it? As soon as the word cenobium leaves my mouth, the group standing nearby falls silent. From the way he looks through my way, it's clear I've broken some taboo.
It had to be the cenobium.
Leander pushes away from the counter.
Let's continue this conversation outside.
I like his eye bags. I rise to follow him. Alright, chat. Do you maybe want to call it here? You want to call it here and then we'll continue the next time. How about that, huh? I feel like this is a good place to stop before it gets too spicy. It could get a little spicy. And I want to make sure it's YouTube friendly. So I'm going to call it a day here. But we will continue. We will continue on Wednesday. I doubt anyone would go, oh yeah, I wanted to go to the slums. Well, the cenobium is not a slum. It's supposed to be like an academy. I still think this is like really cool BGM. Whoa, cool. I think that's really cool. The silhouettes. But it didn't let me see the opening. Oh well. Kind of a bummer. Alright. Get rid of that. I don't know why it does that. But anyway. Alright. Oh no, I'm stuck behind the register. Let me get out. There we are. Alright everyone, I hope you had fun today. I had fun. I haven't seen too much radically different from the first demo. But we'll see. Maybe it'll be more different as things go on. I'm gonna see. I want to romance either Leander or the cat boy. Cause last time we romanced Min, I believe is their name. 2 Akumas for the price of 1. I don't know why it shows up a VTube studio when I close the game, but whatever. Anyway, thank you so much for coming. I hope you had fun. We will continue this on Wednesday, and then Saturday I have an unboxing stream. So look forward to that. It'll be a hand cam unboxing stream. I still have to figure out how to move my keyboard because it's a wired keyboard. But anyway, please look forward to it. Min is like non-binary, but I'm pretty sure they were assigned male at birth is what I'm pretty sure. But there are no age scenes like cowards, so I will never find out. I was really attracted to Min because I thought they were a femboy, and then I learned otherwise, and I'm like, oh, that's cool, I guess, but I wanted a femboy. Anyway. Alright everybody, I will see you next time. I'll see you on Wednesday at 4 p.m. and then Saturday also at 4 p.m. Have a great evening. Bye bye!